the tellers are trying to teach me procedure as people come up, and I got bored, and the silent alarm for the teller was right where I would lean my ass, and I'd sort of nod off with a hangover. So when that silent alarm went off, South City cops were supposed to be there within 30 seconds. So, it'd be a regular bank day, and then all these cops would run in with guns drawn. And the first time it happened, I don't think they knew it was me. The second time it happened, I had a hankering that it was me. And the third time, which is the second week I worked there, these cops came running in, and the sergeant was a guy named O'Donohue. And I saw him, they knew it was me. He went over to Judd LaFay and he talked to him. And then he came to me and he said, he pulled me aside and he said, "Park, if I ever see you outside this bank, I'm going to kick the fucking shit out of you." And he had a buddy behind him, nodding. I said, "Well, thanks for the heads up." And he said, "Judd wants to talk to you." So I go there and I sit down across from Judd. And he tells me, he said, "Listen, Park, I've been doing, he was in his almost 60s. He said, I've been doing this operation job for years, and if I was any good at it, I wouldn't still be doing it. But he said, you're the worst trainee I've ever had by such a large margin. I can't even measure it." And I said, "So are you firing me?" And he said, "No, you'll quit. A guy like you'll quit anyway. I'll keep you around to file checks and do stuff like that." And
so he basically told you suck, and he's not going to fire you. He's going to wait for you to quit.
Yeah, I think Judd kind of liked me, and that's when he was kind of measuring up, and he looked at me for a little bit, and then he said, "Listen," he goes, "you're only 19, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "But are you already a drunk?" He said, you come in the morning, you look like someone's run you over, you're wearing that stupid suit, and your eyes are red." And I said, "Well, I enjoy the occasional cocktail." and then he looked at me a little longer, and it was almost noon then, and he said, "Come with me." And we went into the bank vault. He opens up the bank vault. I'd never been in there. And he takes me to the corner in the back, and there's cases of Royal Gate vodka, the cheapest vodka you can buy, piled literally to the ceiling. And I said, "Well, what's this fucking vodka doing in the vault?" Because all the money and safe deposit, everything's in there. And he said, "Well, we use it for parties, Christmas, birthdays."